yourself, or realize yourself, call it whatever. But it cannot make you more or less so. But you have a preference here, a phantom preference. It's just a little preference. That absence is better than presence. Happiness is better than unhappiness. So you always look for happiness, and that makes you an unhappy bastard. Trying to be happy, you confirm permanently that there is one who needs to be happy. And that you hate nothing you hate more than that. That you are someone who needs to be happy. You hate nothing more than that. There's an unconditional hate. That you are someone who needs to be happy. Fantastic, huh? What a trap. Whatever you do trying to be happy confirms there is one who needs to be happy. You hate nothing more than that. So there's a hate affair with yourself, trying to be happy. Loving yourself. You will never succeed. You will always fail to love yourself. There is no way of loving yourself. So in the absence, there is an unconditional love, because there is no need for love. And in the presence, where you try to love yourself, there is an unconditional hate. That's just the two ways which are there.
In that absence, why would you speak of it as love?
Yeah, because you call oneness because there is no lover and no beloved. So in the absence of a lover who is different from the beloved, there is love. So unconditional love, because it needs any special relationship. This unconditional love can only be in the absence of the presence of a lover and a beloved. So there is oneness, you can call it, or whatever, the absence. In the absence, you call love, which is unconditional. Doesn't need any condition of a special way of loving yourself. That's called unconditional. But whatever is this way, where there's a lover, the presence of a lover and the beloved, there's unconditional hate, because whatever you try, you fail. And you hate that you are someone who needs to love himself. So that you need to love yourself, you hate from the beginning. As much as you try, you hate yourself. That you are someone who needs to love himself. Then the master said, you have to love yourself. You have to first love yourself before you can love the universe, and you have to do this and this. Try harder and... Oh, I agree, try harder. Hard, it's hard anyway. It's all hard. Not knowing hard. So be hard, but don't know hard. Especially don't have hard. But in the presence there's one, an ownership experience of me, myself and I, my heart, my life, all that. That's a phantom presence. Then the phantom absence. But what you are is neither presence or absence. Neti, neti. So the wisdom and the love affair, whatever. None of that can make you more or less as you are. None of that is delivering what you're looking for. The love cannot deliver, and the wisdom cannot deliver what you are. So there is no satisfaction in love or wisdom. But still they are there, so why not? Sugar. Poison. Poison. For my teeth, huh? I'm teasing myself, I know.
Don't get too sweet.
Relative sweet. It's coconut with sugar. Or what?
The ginger.
Huh? No, no ginger. It's different. No ginger. But I need energy. Sugar, maybe. So, another coffee. So, sugar. Germany.
You said before that you start with this surrendering, like the surrender starts surrendering, like the personal needs
like
starts
giving up,
to giving up, trying to give up ownership.
No, it's giving up by maybe understanding that all that relationship to the world, relationship to your mother or your whatever, boyfriend, money, all of that is empty. So by understanding that all of that is empty, you give it up. It's like an understanding, and an understanding that is futile, will never deliver, you give it up. But only by that. If there's still hope, you will still hang on. So you give up all of that by seeing through it, like seeing the emptiness in it. That's why the Buddhist makes this emptiness so high. Seeing it all as dead. Dead, empty experiences of fleeting shadows. By that you give it up. You surrender that is surrendering. It's not that you give up something what you have. The concept just explodes by understanding.
It's more an understanding and not a doing.
If you would still believe that something is in it, you cannot give it up.
Even when you try to give up, you have to really understand or see the emptiness.
So there are two ways, bhakti and jnani. The jnani way is by understanding. The bhakti is by trusting your guru. But it's hard to find one guru you can trust. It's nearly impossible. I would not trust any guru.
Not usually.
But especially not me. Because there's no. But if it's meant for you to happen, there will be one you just blindly trust. And every word will be, and you give all your so-called whatever concepts just on his feet, you just drop it. Because you trust totally. But that's very rare. But you can try it. Because normally bhakti means they make bhakti, they give up something and want something for it. Just an exchange. I give up some of my whatever free will, and for that you give me bliss. It's always like a good business. It's a purpose. But that's not bhakti. So at the end, bhakti and jnani disappear, and only bhakta remains. Or jnana. Because they are not different in nature. And the final jnana, or bhakti, whatever, is like surrendering the surrenderer. That you cannot do, it's not a doing. It's a devotion of devotion.
You say the guru's rare like that, but it's actually the devotee that's rare who can surrender. The guru's everywhere.
Yeah, only disciples make gurus. The gurus doesn't know any gurus. But if a guru knows a guru, maybe you should.
Somebody came to Ramana and said, like, Vivekananda got this from Ramakrishna, why can't you give to me? And he said, well, you Vivekananda. And they all laughed.
Yeah. What can be given can be taken again. So I'm here not to give anything, because I don't know what is mine and what is yours. Or what is not mine and what is not yours. In that sense, what to do. So all this transmitting thing it works, and that's the worst. Because when it works, it gives you something, you become a slave of that.
Don't be mixed up and take my motorbike instead of that thing you bought.
Yeah. So you will always be tested for that. What is yours and what is mine, what is everybody's. My motorbike, no. Now that's too far, that goes too far. My girlfriend, okay, my girlfriend I will share. My girlfriend is for everybody, but my motorbike, no. No one drives my motorbike. My wife, okay, my neighbor. There's a nice joke, a husband comes home and finds his wife as his best friend in bed, having sex, and shoots his friend. Bam. His wife shouts at him, if you continue like that, you'll soon have no friends anymore. It's always good, that joke. Next time, another couple, the husband comes home and finds his best friend again with his wife and starts laughing. And then the friend, hey, you find me with your wife in your bed, why you start laughing? I have to, but you? I have to. I have to be with her in bed, but you? So,
I remember someone asked Ramana, he used to get
sometimes overwhelmed with emotion when he was telling stories or whatever.
Ramana.
And they asked him, why is this if you're a jnani? He said, Bhakti is the mother of jnana. That was one time he said that.
I would say is that Bhakta and jnana is not different in nature. So when both are not different, tears may run.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
So that's why we're talking about it, that I can tell you what Ramana meant. Yeah, because the translators are always a bit...
Well, that's an old saying, Bhakti Jnana Mata. I mean, it's an old Sanskrit saying, Bhakti is the mother of jnana.
Yeah, but then the father is... then jnana is the father of Bhakta, and Bhakta is the mother of jnana. So,
but the tears were running down his face. It's not like the language you can mistranslate, but he saw the tears.
Maybe it was too hot, he was sweating.
Yeah.
He said that people read this story and don't cry, they have no heart. Nana said that.
No, they still have a heart, but they are not hard. Because heart cannot stop the tears when they come. People with heart, they're the hard ones. I don't trust books anyway. They're always like the guy who writes it down, he understood it always wrong. And then he writes down what he understood. I really doubt that Ramana said things like that.
He's crying.
There's that crying, maybe it's the only thing what is true in that story.
I don't want to believe he was crying. He was.
Nisargadatta was crying, they all cried. The emotions of this overwhelming joy of being what you are cannot be stopped by anything. The tears may come. They're just side effects, you can say, but there are no symbols of something. It's not like proving something or improving something or misproving something. I like crying and singing, but it's not so often. Crying you cannot sing, that's a...
You could, listen to the Indians.
No, think, not sing.
I can't think.
Try to think when you cry.
That's true.
That's why everyone who is crying has like a pause of thinking, and then it feels good. When you're laughing, you cannot sing.
Yeah.
In laughing you cannot sing, and in crying you cannot sing. Try it, because the moment you sing, there is no crying left. The tears stop, and the laughing stops. The moment you have to understand the joke to laugh, the joke is not good enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's never good enough. But the joke you are is always good enough to laugh about it. Good. Something more from the paper is still blank. Huh? Wow. That's good. That's a compliment.
He uses invisible ink.
No, that means like that understanding doesn't need any reminder. That's a good thing. You don't have to write down, because what you can write down is not words to write down anyway. But that understanding is not depending on any words.
Well, I might have misunderstood it too.
Yes, the understanding was there already, so it's not something new. So, what to do? No, that's the best thing ever, because that knowledge you are never needs a reminder. Never needs to be memorized or something. So it doesn't need words or pointers at all. So I'm pointing to that what never needs a pointer. So that's just contradicting myself all permanently. It's like leaving you in the what you don't know, which cannot be remembered, never needs to be remembered. The rest you can forget anyway. So that what you have to remember, you can forget right away. Yeah. Because remember makes you a member of shit. Because only shit needs to remember to be shit. Good. Andrew, something else? Deepam comes soon. You already prepare. Energy is rising. The puja is starting to be very intense. Traffic gets better. They clean the streets everywhere.
The flag is already raised.
Pavement comes new and the holes will be covered. And TIRUVANNAMALAI makes itself beautiful. By just putting dust into the air, that we don't see buses will come, and then the buses will go again.
There's lots of new toilets.
You were here, Westhouse, once, yeah. It was a bit different when, early 90s, it was just, I don't know, 20,000, 50,000 something. Really rare. And then there was this actor claimed that after walking around he became a superstar.
He won the lottery, yeah?
Huh?
Wasn't it that he won the lottery?
No, that's a guy next to Arunachala. That was a guy. Or the guys in Yogi Ramswatama, they were big businessmen. You know, but this guy became a big actor, running around and made a movie about it, about Dakshina, and everyone on television saying saw it, and since then they all come. Buses. Millions.
You do a movie of all the ones that go in the ambulances you see shooting around.
Yeah, you should make a movie the one who walks out, becoming a big guy, moving out of Tiru. And that guy, all the street lights are donated by him around the mountain. All the street lights and the loudspeakers, all comes from the same guy. Huh? Yeah, the whole time. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
It's nice when there's a power cut. That's one of the advantages of the power cut.
Yeah, well, you are close to it. I don't hear
no,
that.
it is an advantage having a power cut sometimes.
Yeah, television doesn't work.
No, the television works still because that's on an inverter for the loudspeakers.
My fridge even works. So, there will be action. Massive. But here is good, we are living on that, we can always avoid the production.
Oh yeah, you can get out that way, yeah.
Spas are
Yeah.
You see, a local person couldn't imagine what you mean. It's something to avoid. They really enjoy it.
I think shop owners enjoy it, and the sadhus, because they never make so much money in that night. And all the beggars enjoy it, and all the people who come in. It's like a fair, big fair.
Religious holiday.
No, it's a fair, it's like a
Also, yeah.
big fair.
Yeah, can't
Well, it's fair, it's why not? Like,
And the bus companies, I mean, I worked out once, if there's 100 people to a bus,
I
it's
know
got to be like at least
50.
150, okay, that's
No, 50.
50.
100 person don't fit in.
I don't know,
Maybe in
buses.
India, maybe in India 150.
But even then, it's like how many buses? 30,000 buses or something have to come in that.
Well, they
The
can-
buses are subsidised though, the buses lose money. The fares are so cheap, they lose money.
the
That's
public buses.
But just the logistics of it amazes me, that amount of buses.
Yeah, and one day later everything is gone again.
Yeah.
But it's always, when it rains, it's really bad. When it's not raining, it's even worse because of the dust.
It often does though rain, doesn't it, on deep?
What is the white stuff they put down? All that white stuff, what is it?
Against mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's the DDT or
Is
whatever it
it
is.
DDT or is it actually DDT?
Yeah,
It's something very similar if it's not.
it's against malaria and things for mosquito disease.
Doesn't do anything.
Well,
They
to us
try,
it does.
they try.
It doesn't smell very
It
nice.
doesn't do anything to the mosquitoes.
No, that's the
But to us,
good for
it does.
Then you have to eat more organic. No.
Or wear a mask and
It's such a good party day, like great big lines of coke all the way around there.
Is that what you do?
You should go to the top when they're liking it, that's fine.
I was there,
Ah, you went?
94. I'm a bloody German, I hate it. I promised the bloody Dutch that he can decide when we go up the mountain.
Oh,
And he decided on
Full moon. Okay.
and that was the only rare time when there was totally cloudy and no moon was seen. and all the ghee on the way, and all the candles. And you slip up there, and when you're up there is wonderful, and then going down like a skiing. And then you're down, maybe your skin is, everything is, you feel like and you feel so sick.
That's nice.
It's nice. With 10,000 people walking up there.
We've got to go a few days later, it's nice.
No, it's that day you have to do it, otherwise it's not worth anything.
What?
No, come on, it has to be hard to be secret.
It's
Well,
not
it's
easy.
easy.
It's
It has
not
to be
enough
nice.
anyway.
Like here, singing Bachant and then then he is still because he wants to have a nice life. And a few days later it's nice, but not that day. Oh. No, you have to make it that.
All right,
special day.
I'll go next week. Okay.
No one believes you.
You come with me.
I will be with you.
Oh, okay, until the end of the world.
I will be with you. In spirit. But not in form.
Don't they say that all? They all say that.
Who says that?
All the teachers and masters. I will be with you in spirit.
Ramana said it.
They do.
Wherever you lift a stone, I will be there.
Oh, Jesus.
Sounds like Jesus.
Someone said it.
No, be stoned. It's like be stoned because I will be around anyway. Be stoned. Whenever you are stoned, I am with you. When you're self-drunken and totally stoned and loaded, then I'm with you. It seems not so high, but when you go up there, especially when it's dark, it's quite a...
Coming down is hard.
More is hard. Crawling up and slipping down.
Yeah. But you feel
Because
good
the only time I
after.
went up, I was so sick afterwards.
Yeah?
I had such a flu and cold.
Yeah.
It was so fucking cold up there.
Oh, no.
Wow! Raining, cold, cloudy, freezing, with slippers.
Wasn't a good night to go.
No, all what went wrong, went wrong.
What happened to the Dutch guy that you promised?
Since then I hate Dutch people. Since then I believe Dutch people are not so bad. But since he decided to go that day and that night, I hate all Dutch people. You cannot trust Dutch people. Never. They're too nice, but there's a competition in Europe, Scottish, Irish, and in Germany there's Schwaben and Dutch people, and there are not so many Jews left.
Yeah, you sorted that out.
Because that you cannot compete so much, because normally it's a competition who is the most micey or stingy one. And the Dutch always win.
More than the Scottish.
More than the Scottish. You cannot believe how... You know the curtains in Holland, you think it's because of tolerance. You know why there are no curtains in Holland? Became tradition, you know why? Because there was 100 years ago, there was a tax on curtains. So whoever you bought tax, you had to put it on, you had to pay a tax. So since then there are no curtains anymore. Just avoiding the curtain tax. So since then everyone believes Dutch people are tolerant and open. It's a rumor. It's all a rumor.
So
Just-
who wins?
Not
Who
everyone...
wins in the miser and
Dutch people wins. They always win. The French people know that, because if they come with a caravan from Holland, they never need to buy anything in France. They're all stuffed with stuff from Holland. That's why the French camping places, Holland, Dutch. No, not here, we are full. We are full. Dutch people are the best businessmen and I say, worldwide. They make really gold out of shit.
I thought it was the Jews.
Do what?
I thought it was the Jews.
No, it's actually the Dutch. They win. Actually, the Dutch are the chosen ones.
Yeah, Dutch Jews must be. Are they or half Scottish? Scottish grandfather, yeah.
So who's the most generous then?
The most generous? The English are the most generous because they allow everyone to be more clever than them.
They love it.
They love it. Because all Indians are more clever than the British. They know that. There's nothing new in it. More intelligent, more clever, more scientific. The English are just taking over when someone has done the work. That's English. Colonies. Mine. Whole Australia, mine. There was no one here before me. Conqueror. Conquering. Cox on action. Called Cox in action.
British Empire.
British. The best of British luck. Because they're lacking everything.
Well, the only better one in England, we say that, but we say the luck of the Irish. That's even better.
That's even worse. Worse.
Maybe worse.
You always no. Yesterday there was one English who knew why they say it, because it means like fuck off. Better go away from me, because I wish you all the best of British luck, but fuck off. It's like a nicer way of saying fuck off.
Polite way, yeah.
Yeah, he knew it. Now I know what's the meaning of that.
Oh, right.
If someone tells me I wish you all the best of British luck, it simply means fuck off. Leave me alone.
It does.
It does, yeah.
It does. It means fuck off.
It's one of those contextual things. It can mean that depends on the context you use it actually.
Yeah.
If you want to be pedantic as I am.
That's right, actually. It depends on the tone and the context.
Well, the context.
It can be positive or negative.
I thought it was because they were so arrogant that they thought British life was better than anybody else.
Coming from him, I don't believe it.
I mean, you'd never say the best of Jewish luck, would you?
I could say it. But that would be, people would not say that. It would be luck. Being in that confrontation all the time.
A German wouldn't say that.
The Germans would say, oh. I tell you, the Germans and the Jews, no, there's really like the biggest laugher forever. You can only do things to yourself when you love yourself as much as the Jews and the Germans are in love with each other. It's unbelievable how much they adore each other. It's like you can only be as cruel as you are in love. Otherwise you're indifferent. You can only be that cruel when you love that one. It's not a hate affair, it's a love affair.
Tell it to the people who went
The French is the same. The French people are the same. The German and the French, they love each other so much that they hate it. They start hating it. That's why they're always fighting with many wars. It's always like the War of the Roses everywhere. Even in Palestinian and Israel, it's all a love affair, brother and sister.
Oh yeah.
That's all about who gets more attention from God. Who loves more? Cain and Abel. Bam, bam, bam. Still fighting. Why would you fight if you would not even know order? Totally indifferent to this neighbor or something. Too close to be connected. So in that sense, sensey.